Good evening and welcome to the East Lawrence Falcons Coaches Show. I'm your host, Scott Davenport, and this week I'm very happy to be sitting beside Coach Robo. Coach, glad to have you back on the show.
Glad to be back.
Glad to be back, yeah. So this past week we had our scrimmage against Wheeler County, kind of odd. On a Thursday night, I found myself waking up Friday thinking it was Saturday because there's no way we could go to school after a football game, but you know.
It was rough. Getting up. Couldn't settle down Thursday night. Had to get up early Friday morning.
Yeah.
It was a rough day.
All right. Now, again, played the Wheeler County Bulldogs, coached by Randy Grace, is well known to folks, in the East Lawrence Falcons community. How would you sort of grade Wheeler County as an opponent now that we played them?
Well, they're very athletic. They do a lot of things out of the zone spread scheme that we're going to see against Taylor County. So that was good for us to be able to see somebody else, because you can get a look from your scout team, but to get somebody else's first group to run it was a great opportunity for our kids. And we handled a lot of things that we weren't prepared for in a course in a scrimmage, but we handled it well and we did a lot of good things. I felt like defensively for a scrimmage, we didn't miss a lot of now we missed tackles, but we didn't miss a lot of tackles for a scrimmage football game. And that was encouraging. Hopefully we can clean up a couple of the missed tackles. I felt like we lined up well. I felt like we did a lot of good things defensively well in a scrimmage game.
All right. Now, really, you in a sense answered part of my question. What are some things that you learned about the team? So obviously on the defensive side of the ball, you saw that a lot of things were done well, but still a lot of things to improve upon.
Oh, yeah. We've been watching film today and just making sure we're reading our keys, doing our right assignments. This week we're going to work against some Taylor County stuff. We went and scouted them Friday night, and we're going to work up, prepare for them, and just things that we can improve on that we made mistakes. But it's not things that we can improve on. We just got to work on them to make them better so we can – hopefully this will be our worst played football game. And we'll get a little bit better every week. And in 2 weeks we'll clean some things up that we made. We'll make some mistakes against Taylor County, but hopefully we won't keep making the same mistakes over and over again.
All right. Now, we talk mainly about the defensive side of the ball. What about on the offensive side of the ball? What were some things that stood out to you that maybe the offense did
well?
As
a defensive coach, no turnovers. That's huge. And if we can keep building on that, as the season goes along, we will have turnovers. I realize that. But the first time playing against somebody else and not to have turnovers, I think that's a huge thing for our kids to build on. We made some mistakes, obviously, first time out against somebody else under the lights. But I felt like, no turnovers, only a couple penalties. There's a lot of things to be positive about. There's a lot of things that we can correct, but it's not lack of effort. It's not one of them. It's things like making sure we got our blocking rules assigned, locked down, but not turning over the football and not a lot of penalties. That's something you can be positive about and build on.
All right. What about from the injury standpoint? I know you can't talk, specifically about injuries, like naming players and stuff like that. But just from the standpoint, how did we come out fairly healthy from the scrimmage?
Well,
because I know that's something that both sides are really hoping doesn't happen. There's no injuries in the scrimmage game.
There's a couple of kids that went into the scrimmage banged up. And so we tried to hold them out, try to do as much as we can to limit their contact as much as possible. And then, of course, one of our bandits got injured. Hopefully it's just a twisted ankle. I hadn't heard back from Mr. Gay yet. But besides that, we came out pretty healthy, except for the one ankle problem. And hopefully it's just a sprained ankle.
And you got 2 weeks, thankfully,
right,
to get prepared. Now, with most of the scrimmages at the end, you had the JV guys finishing the game up. Well, not finishing the game up, but, doing their one quarter. Was there anything in particular from the JV guys that you saw that, you know, maybe stood out either hopefully positively,
Right.
you know, but anything that, you know, from that segment of the football game that stood out?
Well, if you watched our offense, there was a lot of toss sweeps that went for big yardage. So we've got a lot of young, skilled backs, but they're young. And of course, for them to be open, that means there's somebody's blocking in front of them.
Yeah.
So the offensive did a lot of good things, a lot of production with the young guys. And the defense, you know, we did 10 plays on defense, 10 plays on offense, and you know, they didn't score, and a couple times they'd have to simulate a punt and back up. So the linebackers were flying around. You know, the kids were excited to be out there, so they were flying around and doing a lot of good things.
All right. Now, folks, we're up against a break. We'd like to ask that you please honor these sponsors that make this show possible.
If you want a paint that's more than just easy to scrub, if you want a paint that actually repels dirt and grime, if you want a paint that stands up to life's wear and tear, only this can. Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Paint like no other.
Available at Four Seasons Paint and Floor Covering.
We are believers. Trust is earned in the field, where a full day's work will always tell the truth. We believe in what we do and what we have done. Who are we? Number one in subcompact tractors, number one in compact excavators, and number one in diesel engines. We are Kubota.
Freeman's Lawn and Garden. Call us at 272-2198.
Growth. It's what we all want. It means doing what it takes, getting up every morning and making it happen. And we couldn't agree more. Because your success is our success. At Morris Bank, we're banking on you.
And we're back with the East Lawrence Falcons Coaches Show. Now, this particular segment that we're going to be doing throughout the rest of the year is my favorite of the Coaches Show because it gives you a chance to meet some of the players that we have here at East Lawrence and see the caliber of person that we have here playing for us and playing for you. First young man here to my left is Kevin Lovett. Kevin, glad to have you on the Coaches Show.
Yes, sir.
Glad to see you. You know, I know you, but a lot of these people out here don't. What's the, you know, as far as, you know, football as a sport, how long have you played football?
I played football. I played recreation. I didn't play middle school, but I've been playing high school all 4 years.
Now, you know, like most of the guys here on the team are going to be, you know, doing a lot of going both ways. What do you prefer, the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball?
I kind of like both, whatever helped my team out.
Okay. What about other sports that you're involved with? What are some other things?
Basketball, track. That's pretty much it.
Now, on the basketball team, what position you play?
Every position.
At the same time?
Nope.
I pick it at you. Okay, so what about track?
Track, I do the 100, the 4x1, high jump, and the 4x4.
What's your favorite track event?
4x1 and 100.
Yeah. 4x100's always been a staple here at East Lawrence. For the girls, too. I mean, I think they're going to be doing well this year with that. If their position in middle school was anything, they were really good in middle school. Now, what are your goals for this year? As a senior, you're expected to step up and be one of the leaders on the team. What are your goals for this year, and how do you see this year shaping up for the Falcons?
Well, first we got to get everything going. But hopefully, we're looking for a region championship. Then from there, we're going to try to make the playoffs.
Okay. Well, Well, you get a region championship, you're going to be there. Now, what about your plans for the future? It's your senior year. Believe me, it'll go by faster than you think it will.
Yeah.
And then you'll be, then it's, your future. What are your plans coming up?
I'm trying to get a scholarship right now, but if that don't work out, I'm probably going to join the Air Force.
Uh-huh. Any particular schools you're hoping for?
Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Middle Tennessee sent me letters.
Uh-huh.
I got one from, I think, Stetson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the coach from Fort Valley had talked to me one time.
All right. Well, we wish the best of luck to you this year. Hope that the season remains injury-free. And also wish you the best of luck in basketball and track. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Lovett. Our next player profile is number 58, C.J. Tyson. Now, C.J., I've had the pleasure of having you in the classroom. I've enjoyed watching you play football. Why don't you tell some of the folks about you? What's your family, for instance?
My dad, his name is Wade. My mom's Janet, and I have a stepmom, Naomi. Probably my biggest supporter is my little brother. His name is Bennett. So, yeah, they're great. And my sister, Courtney.
Now, how long have you played football?
I played a little bit in the rec. I got to play my 8th grade year in middle school. Played all 4 years in high school.
Mm-hmm. Now, from the moment you started playing, were you always on the line?
Oh, yeah, it's never changed. I mean, like, I've played guard, I've played a little bit of tackle, and last year they decided to move me to center, so I've been playing there.
Well, they say, that the center has to be the smartest guy on the team. Is there any truth to that?
Well, I try to be, but when you have guys like Andrew Morris and Janardis, it's kind of hard to be the smartest guy on the line. But,
well, okay. Well, then let's extend it to the offensive line. The offensive linemen are the smartest guys.
Yeah, I would say the offensive line is probably.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, any other sports that you play here at East Lawrence?
No, but I like going to watch basketball.
Yeah.
Actually.
Well, I would think wrestling would be right up your alley, but
I did. I tried to. I fiddled around with it when I was younger and stuff like that. And just
never.
I didn't want to do it in high school. Yeah. Football was my number one priority.
Now, same question I asked Kevin, just a minute ago. As a senior, what are your goals for this year?
Take it week by week, and win a few games, and hopefully win a regional championship and playoffs, and we'll worry about that when it gets here.
All right. What's the most enjoyable thing that you have? Playing football, the length of time you have. What's the most fun you have playing football?
Well, after you played 4 years and you're watching the younger kids, and it's getting to see them develop and watching them grow as players. So, like, my second string center, Justin Dixon, I like helping him out when he has a question, just anything like that, helping him out in the future.
Now, it's just not that long, down the road. You're going to be graduating. What are your plans for the future coming up?
Hopefully go to either technical school or college, but I really want to be a PE teacher. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to get a job here and help coach a little bit.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, excellent. Wish you the best of luck in everything you do. I know, like I said, I've enjoyed having you in the classroom as a student, and you're one of those fellows that it doesn't take much to see that you give your all when you're out there on the field.
Well, thank you.
Folks, C.J. Tyson, two of our great East Lawrence Falcons football players.
Hi, I'm Locke Wilford at Dublin Nissan, and you don't want to miss the bottom line model year-end event.
At Dublin Nissan, we have new Altimas and Rogue Selects starting at $17,488, and that's the bottom line. At Dublin Nissan, we have new Sentras starting at $15,488, and that's the bottom line.
Get a good look, get a great deal. Dublin Nissan, the only dealer you will ever need.
My name is Dr. Fareed Qazi. I've been practicing in Dublin since 1998. I'm the first oncologist or cancer specialist who came to this town and established a practice. I've been serving Lawrence County and surrounding areas for the past 17 years and have done treatment of hundreds of patients. If you go around and find out from the people around here, every other family would know somebody who has been treated by me. My reputation as a doctor is there.
Don't settle for anything less than the very best when it comes to your health. The Cancer Center, here in Lawrence County, is Dublin Hematology and Oncology Care. In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Curry Method Insurance Agency in Dublin is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
And we're back with the East Lawrence Falcons Coaches Show. Now, Coach, this weekend, we're off. No scrimmage. Of course, that doesn't mean that y'all are off.
Right.
That's one of the things I don't think enough people appreciate, that it's, from the moment you start, it's pretty much every day until it ends. And then a few more days after.
That's right.
So, but next couple of weeks, how is the practice schedule going to be for the guys?
Well, it kind of started, we had a scrimmage on Thursday. Friday it started focusing on Taylor County. And Friday we went to Butler, Georgia, and watched Taylor County scrimmage Crawford County. So we got some information and some things we can work on against them for the next week. We're going to practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and again focusing on Taylor County, getting ready for them. Luckily we got 2 weeks because they're a very talented, very good football team. And then Friday we're going to go watch another non-region team actually play their first game when Montgomery County hosts Jenkins County. And we're going to go down there, so we will have seen Taylor, Twiggs, and Jenkins, the first three opponents. We'll have seen them up live and personal.
All right. Now, I just remember Taylor County, they had, receiver, and I think last year, what did a freshman running back that was pretty stout.
Well, number 23, if you're able to make it to Butler, Georgia, you'll see 23. He's already received some offers from SEC schools, and he's very explosive. And we're going to try to do whatever we can defensively to slow him down. And the quarterback ran into his dad at the game. And he's up to 6'3", 6'4". He's gotten taller, and he can throw it. So, and then throw in their offensive line is pretty impressive. Big kids, so they're a good football team.
They were a solid football team last year.
They're well coached. Coach Brian from was at Bryan County. He's the first year head football coach, and at Taylor County. And, it poses a challenge, and we're going to have to do some things that might be unconventional, but try to do the best thing to put our kids up against their kids and matchups and things like that, and try to put our kids in position to be successful. And ultimately, that's what we're going to try to do. Defensively, they're 3-5-3, but they're going to be a 5-3 against our two tight wishbone. And they've got some good size, and they can run around. They got speed where you want speed to be and size where size needs to be. So it's going to create a challenge. But if we'll work hard these next 2 weeks, you go to Butler County, they don't play the games on paper, so we'll see what happens.
All right. I think next week we might have to have a map to show everyone how to get to
That's right.
Taylor County, because I've got no clue.
Right.
I might do that for my own sake. Now, we've got Taylor County, then next Twiggs.
Right.
Now have Twiggs at home. You mentioned being able to see Twiggs. What are some things that I'm sure, last year watching Twiggs, they seem to have pretty decent size. It's just sort of young.
Right.
Is there anything that you noticed that they've improved on?
Well, Twiggs County, I've I faced them a couple times in my 9-10 years I've been in Georgia, and one thing you can always count on is speed. And they have the speed, and if they get out in the open, it'll be tough to catch them. So keeping them in front of us, keeping everything in front of us, and forcing them to go drive the distance of the field will be huge. But that's the thing with Twigs. We saw them a couple of weeks ago in their scrimmage game, and their speed was pretty impressive.
Well, folks, this weekend, no game for the Falcons. If you have a chance to get out and watch a scrimmage game, or if a local school is playing their first game, get out and watch some high school football this Friday. It's one of the great things about living in the Southeast. You've got football from now until December. To me, the best football in the world is high school football. And you got a chance to watch some great teams around this area, including the East Lawrence Falcons. I'd like to remind you that other sports are going on this year, or at this time of year. Cross country is starting their practice. Softball's in full swing. They're going to be on the road for a couple of games. I don't believe their next home game is until next Thursday. So if you get a chance to support any of the local teams, especially the Falcons, get out and do so. And go Falcons.